PC fam, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Chill with Chill. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you call it, depending on where you are. Well, this is the international show. Um, Chill, how you living?
I'm living, brother. I'm living about another week and a half or so, Ox, and this time 2 weeks from now, playoffs will be starting. Two weeks
Right,
from
right.
now, the playoffs will be in effect, and I'm ready for it.
It's April 5th, y'all. It's coming quick, man. Y'all be ready. Like I said last week, man, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because we love the playoffs.
Mhm.
We love the high intensity basketball. But as the playoffs come, we know the season is going. And
Mhm.
it's bittersweet, but I'm here for it. Also, not only is the NBA coming to the playoff time, we're wrapping up March Madness. Yesterday we had two games on the women's side. They were kind of convincing victories. So we have our finals matchup set with UConn versus South Carolina. Um,
Mhm.
two highly decorated coaches, Coach Staley and
Mhm.
Coach Oriema will be facing off.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's what's up. And today, chill, we have the final four
Yep.
for the men's. And speaking of which, we have just got some news that Cooper Flag has received the AP Player of the Year award, averaging
Yep.
19 points, 7.5 boards, and four
Mhm.
assists. How do you feel about the young man Cooper Flag, who's actually supposed to be finishing up his senior year of high school right now?
By the way, don't leave that part out, Ox. I'm actually a year ahead of where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm supposed to be in high school doing what I'm doing. So we got a high school player who's the best player in college. I mean, isn't that is that the equivalent to a college player being
Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
Uh-oh.
Sam.
Is that me
Okay.
again? Am,
Okay,
am I
there you
good?
Yeah. Yeah, you back. You back. You good. You just froze for a second.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that I'm good. So anyway, like I was saying, he's a year ahead of where he's supposed to be. With that being said, it's only four freshmen, Ox. Only four freshmen since the AP award was given out 64 years ago that have won Player of the Year. Four of
Mm.
them.
Is that a
Cooper
fact?
Flag,
I did not know that.
yes, sir. Cooper Flag, Zion Williamson, KD, and Anthony Davis. That's the company that he's in. Of those four guys.
Zion,
And
KD, Anthony Davidson, Cooper. It's a good company.
that's pretty elite company. With that being said, to watch him play and to watch his game, I marvel at how good he is, man. I didn't really give him a lot of credit for his ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim at that size. I underestimated him as an athlete, and I said the comparison was Keith Van Horn set better with some Andre Kirilenko. And to be honest with you guys, as good as Keith Van Horn was, if you could imagine Keith Van Horn better, and this is not to say that Cooper Flag is Keith Van Horn. He kind of reminds me of him. Same thing with Andre Kirilenko. He kind of reminds me of him. Like I had people telling me stuff like, he's KG. I'm like, let's chill out on that. I mean, I know how good KG was coming out of high school, and I'd like to think that KG was a little bit more athletic and a little bit more skilled, but he just reminds me a lot of what Van Horn was to step up in terms of his skill set. Now, I will say this, Ox, you and me had this conversation, and I was pretty upset about it when Juju got hurt because we talked
Oh
about
yeah.
the women's game. I was pretty upset about it when Juju got hurt because I wanted another shot at UCLA. I think
Yeah.
USC would have gave them a better. I think USC would have gave UConn a better run. I'm convinced that
Yeah.
they would have they would have given them a better run because the matchups that the guards on UCLA as opposed to the guards on USC with Juju,
Mhm.
I,
Mhm.
I think that they would have given UConn a much better game. That's why I was upset when I saw Juju getting hurt. I'm not tripping on the actual knee injury because I've said this to you in the past, and I feel like I sound like a broken record. With modern medicine, these injuries aren't death sentences like they were 25, 30 years ago. We can recover from this. I was upset because I wanted another shot at UCLA. And I love Lauren Betts, Ox. I dig her. Oh my goodness, I dig the big girl. She's awesome. She's the consummate big girl. Gets big in the post, but I think that UConn did such a great job in keeping the ball away from her and neutralizing their guards, and they just completely just blew them away. But I think we already seen the national championship, Ox. If I'm going to be honest with you, and I think that was between UConn and Texas. I mean, UConn.
Yeah.
I think that was between South Carolina and Texas. I think that was the national championship.
Right. So we got that matchup set. South Carolina versus UConn. That's gonna be a hell of a game. And the men's side, the Final Four is today, and all the number 1 seeds have advanced to the Final Four. That's Florida, Auburn, Houston, and Duke. That action kicks off today. Around I think about 6 Eastern, Florida and Auburn, and then that'll follow up Houston and Duke. So y'all tap into that, man. Y'all make sure to tap into that. Get ready. And let's just watch some good college ball. See Cooper Flag and see what y'all think. What do y'all make up your mind on what y'all think he'll be like in the NBA. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Cooper to come to the league. I think he's going to be a great addition to the NBA. So speaking of the NBA, chill. Let's get straight. Let's kind of get into some things.
Hold on for a second, Oz, because some.
Oh, I guess this is the Chill with Ox show now. Where's Jordan? I'm gonna send out this link. Y'all just hold on 1 second. Chill will be back. He's just dealing with some. I think it seems like some connection things. Okay, here we go. I think he's coming back right here. Nah, Primo, this is crazy. Man. Okay. Oh, here we go. Tell Claire this don't count. Yeah, facts, Tyler. I'm gonna tell Claire to stop the clock.
I got my internet. I'm good. Yeah, I got my internet. I'm good. Why is this thing? Yeah. So I should be good, right?
Okay.
I think I should be good. So we'll see. Yeah.
So, what do I think?
As you were saying,
yeah. What do I think about Coop? I'll speak on that before we move on. I really liked him. I've always liked him since he was in high school. I knew he was going to be really good. I knew he could put the ball down in transition and get it off the glass and go. And I always think that's a good attribute for Am I freezing? You said I was freezing?
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. My connection seems.
Yeah, mine is too. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Hey, can just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're having some technical difficulties. What I'm gonna do, Ox, is I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna get back on and I'm gonna reload this thing to see if I'm the issue. I want to make sure that I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
Let me make sure that I'm not the problem. See if see if we can get this thing figured out.
Okay,
we can get this thing figured out. That way we can get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Okay, Chad, I said I'm good. All right, cool. But what I was saying about Cooper Flag is I always think it's a good attribute to be a big wing that can play all around and put the ball on the ground. I didn't know that he could be. I didn't know his handle was gonna be that nice in the half court. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was pretty dope. Breezy, what's up, fam?
I just want to say, man, you are entertaining as content creator, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Thank you.
But shout to Chill. But to the topic of the show, listen, Jordan ain't never let nobody win this much on his watch. If Curry wins an NBA championship again, bruh, this whole LeBron is the best to ever do it. It's gonna be in question for a long time, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro.
I hear you, Breezy, about that, but I mean, LeBron makes a strong case, bro. Like I can't be mad. I can't be mad at Bron being the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at that. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm not saying it to take nothing away from him. More my debate is Jordan never let nobody win like that while he was around. And
Well, after it took him a while. It took him a while to get to that point.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, he
So hold
he
on, let me
led.
ask you: do you think
I don't know. I don't think that's
is
fair.
it premature to have that conversation of who's better, Curry or LeBron, or it's just clearly a LeBron?
Who's better at basketball is LeBron James.
Okay,
I think
all
I think
around
it's,
player is
I
LeBron.
think that's fair to say. But I'm saying though, Jordan won 6 rings, right?
Mhm.
So that means for 6 years he didn't let nobody else win. What about the other years? Somebody else was clearly winning.
Again,
You know what I'm saying?
that contributes.
It's not like Jordan played 16 years and won 16 rings. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's
And then
true.
he left, he was leaving, coming back. So I mean, if you say that, people can make the case that Jordan ducked. People can make all different types of cases against Jordan if we're
So
gonna go that route. I think that's a shaky ground to stand on.
it's not. I agree with you, Big Ox. It's not cut and dry, but I think for me, it's the nostalgia of staying with one team and just having everybody build around you. And just this whole plug and play, as long as you got Curry, it works. Because it happened with Wiggins, it happened with KD, and now if it happened without Clay and Curry and Butler and Draymond, I think it's an interesting conversation. But to your point, yeah, if I had to answer who's a better all around player, Curry or LeBron, I'm gonna say LeBron. But it
Yeah.
is interesting to see them playing this good and for him to be, you know, what they say that the NBA is younger right now, but Curry playing at the level he's playing is nothing to sneeze at neither. Now, I don't think he's as old as LeBron, but to my knowledge, Curry's got to be what, 37?
Yeah, Steph's 36 or 37, I believe.
37 last month.
All
See,
right.
shout out to Chill back. And when the other day I kind of said it with a grain of salt, but now I really mean it. It's a lot going on, but I'm here to chill with Chill. It is definitely like a lot going on. But Chill. I like the title of your show because, again, I like that Curry could be having that franchise and did what he did with it for so long and still be relevant. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I don't know if LeBron could have stayed on Cleveland and still have his team that's relevant. I don't know if he could have stayed with Miami and had the team that's relevant. And Curry is like one of the last Mohicans to do it. So I just think it's interesting to see.
But if you think
Definitely one of the
about
last Mohicans.
if you think about to Ox's point, I mean, who are guys who've been with one organization for 15 plus years? Bryant, Dirk,
Not
Bryant, Dirk.
Akeem?
Olajuwon was with Olajuwon left Houston in 90 in 2000. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's more than 15 years.
That's
Yes.
15, yeah.
Olajuwon. Let's see. Parrish. Yeah, Robert Parrish got because he left in 93. So
Stockton Malone.
Stockton and Malone. There's not a lot of guys who've been with that one organization for 15 plus years. And that says a lot about Curry. I do. It says a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna 100%. I can't believe I left out Tim Duncan. I'm not gonna leave out the fact that you do need a first class organization to put the pieces behind you. And
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna talk about the Warriors and we're gonna talk about the Warriors in a little bit. But I love the fact that Curry stayed with them for as long as he stayed with them, and that organization was competent enough to put pieces around him and to continue for them to thrive. I love that about him. Curry's they're gonna build a statue of him outside the arena. He's the best player that they've ever had, no doubt.
Nah, all facts. Yo, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just enjoying the show. I'm glad everything working with you. I'm just go back to the chat so I can watch one of the best duos in this whole podcasting situation, man.
That's what we do.
No
Thanks,
doubt.
yo. We appreciate you.
All right, Bridget.
All right, later, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Seems like we good.
I think we're good now, Ox. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk about before we get to the Warriors.
Sure.
I want to talk about another team that's that's been red hot. And that's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now I understand they lost last night to the Rockets. I understand the Rockets did end that 11-game winning streak. Shout out to those guys.
Sure.
And we'll talk a little more about that in a second. But chill. How many teams do you have shown this level of dominance to pretty much sweep a whole conference? I mean, OKC against the Eastern Conference, 29-1.
One game. That's it. They've only lost one. That was to Cleveland.
Does
That
that,
was it.
yeah, does that happen?
No, it doesn't. They're the only team to ever do it. No team in NBA history has ever done that except them. That was it. No team has only lost one game to a conference except for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that was against Cleveland, who they avenged that loss. They ended up having Cleveland in their building and smoking them. They haven't lost to anybody else in the Eastern Conference, and it's pretty remarkable what this team is doing. But I'm not really surprised considering what they're doing in the regular season. Ox, they may arguably be one of the best regular season teams in NBA history. You think about the Bulls in 96, you think about the Bulls in 97, you think about the Warriors in 16, think about the Rockets in 94. I'm thinking about great regular season teams and everything that they've done. I mean, we're talking about the best defense in NBA history in the regular season, the best net rating in NBA history in the regular season, one of the best long ball shooting teams, even though they've kind of tapered off a little bit. But in terms of defense, which is what I feel like is going to be their calling card, because a lot of their defense turns into offense. With Shea, not just with Shea, but with Case and Wallace and those guys and J-Dub, I feel like they cause so many problems, not just at the long ball line, but they put so much pressure on you at the rim. That doesn't include Chet. That doesn't include Hartenstein. But I feel like they put so much pressure on you to guard at the rim that it's almost impossible to just key on one thing. If you're a defense and you're an elite defense, at some point you can hold a team down because there's a calling card that they have. With the Oklahoma City Thunder, they just dismantle you in just a number of different ways. If they're not getting to the rim, Shea is living in the mid-range. If Shea is not living in the mid-range, they speed the game up with their defense. And they speed the game up with their defense and they start playing faster and get layups. If that's not working, Chet will stretch the defense. If that's not working, Hartenstein will get in the mid-post. Anywhere you need it to work, it's not one place where you can completely stop it. You can slow it down and make it a little bit less efficient, but you can't really stop it in the regular season from what I've been seeing from this team. They've been nothing short of remarkable, Ox. Nothing
short. It's 29-1 against the whole conference. Chill. When I first saw that, I was shocked to say the least. And then after, I really wish they would have won that Cleveland game. Now I wish they were 30-0
just to go 30.
Right. That's great, and this is a whole new level of dominance that I don't think I've seen. And as bad as I want to come off it and say, you know what, yeah, they are winning the championship, I still don't see it. I still believe that the Celtics are probably the safest bet to say they're going to be the champions.
Yep.
In the West. Now I'm pretty sure we've went over this before. I just want to just get this from you.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the West could stop OKC from advancing to the finals, if anybody?
To be honest with you, Ox, I'm not really sure if there's anybody that can stop them, but we're going to get into the Warriors in a little bit. I think Houston is going to cause them trouble. I do, Ox. If they end up running into Houston, I think Houston is going to cause them trouble. A lot of people talk about Houston's inefficiencies on offense. I like Jalen Green. I'm a fan of the super athletic guard who's great in transition. I understand Jalen Green isn't that efficient as a mid-range shooter, but the shots that he can make and the shots that he takes and he can make when he got it going, he's almost impossible to deal with. And on top of that, Hartenstein, he has such a difficult time with Sengun because I feel like Sengun is as physical with him, and you can get Hartenstein in foul trouble. But if you don't get him in foul trouble, I feel like Sengun's got an array of moves around the rim, whether it's in the mid-post or in the post, where he can be just as physical, whether it's with that weak hand or with that strong hand around the rim, and can score. And he puts a lot of pressure on the rim. Now, when we move to the defensive side of the ball, as good as Oklahoma City is, Ox, and as much as I talk about Oklahoma City, their rotations and how they fly around, one-on-one, that Houston defense is almost impossible. I watch Amin Thompson, and the thing that I marvel at with Amin Thompson is his ability to recover. I love that. You know how I feel about guys being able to recover. Because in the NBA, you're not going to be able to stay in front of somebody the whole night. You're going to get beat. That's part of it in this game. Guys are too skilled. Guys are too athletic. You're gonna get beat. How do you get back into plays? Amin Thompson, if I'm thinking about guards, he might be the best player that I've seen this season who's able to get back into plays after he gets beat. There aren't many guys, and this isn't just against good players. This is against the elite guys. I seen him against Ja. Seen him last night against SGA. So there's a recipe to slow SGA down. I think that SGA, as good as he is as a scorer, I think he struggles with length. I think he struggles with athleticism. And I think that with a guy like Amin Thompson, I think he could slow him down. Now, remember what we're talking about here, Ox. If I mean slow him down, he's averaging 33 a game for the season. If that 33 turns into, I don't know, let's say 30 on less efficiency, we're doing a good job. Because if he's got to take 28, 29 shots to get to that 33, as opposed to 22 shots and get to the stripe, then we're doing a really good job. He only went to the stripe one time last night. That's a lot of discipline for that Houston team. So I think them and the Warriors, and we'll talk about the Warriors in a little bit, but I think Houston and the Warriors, Ox, those are the two teams that I'm thinking about.
So about Sengun.
Yeah,
I remember we were talking about it, and Mars had brought it up that he was missing a lot, his shot wasn't falling, and I understand that being an issue. Obviously, you want to make the shots right, but I was also saying about it with Sengun, it's like he's making good moves. You know what I mean? It's not like it doesn't look like he's just rushing to me. He doesn't look like he's uncomfortable. He looks like he's making strong moves. Good post moves and whatnot.
Sure.
The shot just wasn't falling. So my thing with that is, it's going to fall. You have to keep going, stick with it, keep working on it. Just stay in the lab, keep working on your touch and everything, and it's going to start falling. And I think last night was one of those nights where it was falling for Sengun.
Sure.
and he ended the game with 31 points and 4 assists.
Yep.
And Jalen Green ended the game last night with 34 points and 5 assists.
Yes.
That was an impressive showing for those guys.
Yes. The thing that I like about Sengun was his patience. To your point, like keep stick with it. It's gonna work. Just stick with it. It's gonna work. I gotten frustrated with him early, not last night, but this was throughout the course of the season. I saw him turning down that mid-range shot, and I'm thinking to myself, you can make that. Don't shy away from that. You can make that. And not only can you make that, but when you make that, you put so much more pressure on the defense. And I felt like last night he went to that. And not only did he go to that, when he got the mismatches that he was looking for, as good as Caruso is as an on-ball defender, I mean, this is simple physics. I'm 6'10", you 6'4". You too small. It's really that simple. As good as Marcus Smart was, as good as Drew Holiday is, I'm 6'10", you 6'4". I get you on this box, and I start to get physical with you, I should be able to overpower you. I felt like he was doing that last night with Caruso. I get this switch, which I think that they hunted last night. I feel like they hunted that switch, and they got it. So the fact that he was able to finish around the rim, it looks like that touch for him is coming back, because it wasn't there like around January, February. He was blowing a lot of easy layups, but I feel like he's in a space right now where he's just getting much better. And Jalen Green, I am going to die on this hill that the shots that he takes, same logic that you said, Ox, with Sengun in terms of shot quality and shot diet. I think that those shots that he takes are shots that he can make. That 2-dribble pull up at the elbow, that's a good shot. It's just a matter of it. It's just a matter of it being more consistent with him. Not only that shot, that 1-dribble pull up coming off that screen and getting that big guy on your hip, or getting that guy on your hip, that 1-dribble pull up, and he's gonna have to back off you, raising up and cracking that one at the mid range. Those are shots that I feel like he can make. In addition to him coming off screens when he's wide open at the long ball line, these are shots that he can make. I just feel like there just needs to be more consistency with him more than anything. And I saw that last night. I saw a glimpse of it. And this is where we were with him last year too. Like around May, where not May, I'm sorry, in March, where he was getting busy. So it's obvious that he can make these shots. It's just a matter of him being more consistent.
Yeah, that's all. Consistency, just more time and experience too, and that's been a situation on both of these teams, OKC and Houston. We've been talking about that experience.
Yep.
And I think as both of those teams continue to grow, players on the teams continue to get older and mature, I think we're setting up for two dominant runs from both of these teams. I don't know how long Houston keeps these guys together, if they're making trades or what they got going on. I mean, obviously we've heard talks of KD, heard talks of Devin Booker, all different types of trade scenarios with that team.
Yep.
But they have a very young core, a very good young core in both of these teams, OKC and Houston. So I'm excited for the future for both of them. And obviously, we will be locked in and watching. Obviously,
well, you and I talked about this, Ox, about when you in a space like this. Jabari's still in his rook deal. Amen's still in his rook deal. You have a small window here, right? This window isn't open that long. You got a small window here. Jabari's still in his rook deal. Tari's still in his rook deal. You got Amen. You got Amen still in his rook deal. You got Jalen Green on the cheap. You got Sengun on the cheap. So this window for you guys to make some real noise is not open that long, because eventually you're gonna have to start paying these guys. When you have to start paying these guys, it starts to get expensive, and that means that some guys are gonna have to. We're gonna have to cut ties with some of these guys. So I feel like within the next 2 seasons, including this season, next season, probably the next 2-3 seasons, I think that they could contend for the Western Conference Championship. I do think that, Ox.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these red hot Warriors of the Golden State. Chill that since Jimmy Butler's come, chill. They've been tearing the league up. I mean, but we talked about that earlier too, with us saying that Steph has regressed a little bit, and I still think that's a fair take. I still believe Steph has regressed a little bit, but definitely not washed. You know, that was a word that was getting thrown around, that Steph was washed, and obviously he's not. He finally got that second option and a hell of another defender in Jimmy Butler. And if you're watching these guys play and watch how Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green are controlling that defense, you'll see how scary this team is. Now, chill. They knock off the Lakers, knock off the Nuggets. What's that say? What's the word on these Warriors? How scary are they, if scary at all? Who can they beat? Who can they not beat? And what's the chances of Steph Curry getting that 5th ring?
The reason why Chill with Chill is such a great show, even though y'all try to make it about me, it's definitely about this dude over here, because we talk basketball around here. We 100% talk basketball. We talk good basketball around here. And Ox, you just brought up a great point. I have to retract my statement. What's the big guy that we had on the show? He played in the NBA. Austin. Austin Day. And he told me all Curry needed was another scorer. That's what he told me. Because I before the season started, I did not have, because I'm going to answer your question. Before the season started, I had the Golden State Warriors being garbage. I had Steph Curry demanding a trade. I had this team being right around the play-in, on the bottom end of the play-in. Right where Phoenix is. I had them not being very good at all. That was going on. That 100% was going on. Enter Jimmy Butler. And it's not like Jimmy Butler is lighting it up, Ox. Just so you know, he's 17-6. It's not like he's 20 in the 25 games that he's played there. He's 17-6. But to the point I was talking about when I say that we talk basketball around here, I can't tell you how much of a weapon you are when I'm playing with somebody that knows how to play basketball. When I'm playing on I'm playing with a smart basketball player who not only knows, I'm not going to say limitations, but he knows his game and he knows where and how effective he is. I'm watching Jimmy Butler on the glass last night. With him being on the glass last night, that's taking a lot of energy away from guys like Aaron Gordon, from guys like Christian Brown, because in addition to Jimmy Butler getting downhill, in addition to Jimmy Butler being able to knock down an open shot, now I got to keep this dude off the backboard too, because he's getting second and third chance points. And I've said this to you countless times, Ox, this Golden State Warriors team, the last thing that you want to do, and includes giving them wide open threes, the last thing that you want to do is give them second chance opportunities. When they shoot the basketball, that thing has to come off the glass and it's got to come to you, because you can't give them second and third chance opportunities multiple times. They're going to kill you. they're 100% going to kill you. When I watch them play against the Lakers, to answer your question, when I watch them play against the Lakers, there's much more ball movement. Not only is there much more ball movement, on the defensive end, they go at on the defensive end, they take you out of they took the Lakers out of what they were doing. As good as Luka was, they did everything that they could to take him out, to take Rui out of what he was doing. Austin Reeves, even though Austin Reeves is cracking the three, they do everything that they can to take you out of what you're doing. On top of that, on the offensive end, they did everything that they could to get Luka into action. Get Luka into action, keep Luka into action all night long. We're not going to just get Luka into action late in the game. We're going to get Luka into action and keep him into action all night long. Now, is it realistic for me to think that Podziemski is going to crack the long ball the way that he was doing against the Lakers? I don't think that that's realistic for him to get, 5 or 6 threes. I think that's a bit much. But if he could be somebody that's respectable at the long ball line, plus I got Gary Payton, the third. I'm sorry. I got GP the third, and he's doing what he's doing, especially on the defensive end, causing disruptions. Jimmy Butler being the smart basketball player that he is, cutting to the basket, not just cutting to the basket, getting on the offensive glass, getting us second chance opportunities. And Draymond being the disruptor that he is, they're going to give the Lakers hell. They 100% are going to give the Lakers hell. No doubt about that. They're the team, Ox, that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking to myself, you're going to have to run them over with a semi. And when you run them over with the semi, Ox, you got to get off at the next exit, come back, run them over again, because they're not going away. This team is going to be, of all the teams that I see in the Western Conference, I think this team here is going to be the most difficult out of all the teams that I see in the Western Conference. I think this team is going to be the most difficult out.
So if you're the most difficult out, does that make you the favorite in the conference? Or do you mean the most difficult out for OKC?
I think they're the most difficult for OKC.
Okay.
And that means that that's not to say that they can't beat the Lakers, because they can beat the Lakers. I'm not thinking that, they're just going to be a difficult out for the Lakers. No, they can beat them. They can 100% beat the Lakers. They can beat Denver. They can beat Memphis, right? They can beat the Clippers. They can beat all of these teams. I'm not looking past any of those teams that they would have to play. They could beat all of those teams. I just think because of how good Oklahoma City is, people are blinded by that and completely leaving out how smart of a basketball team the Golden State Warriors are, how they move the ball, how many different problems they present to teams, whether it's on the offensive glass, whether it's at the long ball line, whether it's getting to the rim, ball movement, keeping your defense on your heels. Because I've said this to you countless times, Ox. When the ball is moving, people are moving. When people are moving, the defense is off balance. And I think the Golden State Warriors are fantastic at that. And I think that they're going to give Oklahoma City, if they end up seeing them, I think they're going to give Oklahoma City everything that they're looking for. That could be a dogfight of a series.
So you know what I've heard? I've heard this just around, just in circles, try to talk ball with people, random people I don't know, just to kind of see what's the word in the NBA around folks that aren't in this space. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm at the gym, if I'm in the sauna, or doing whatever, I spark up conversations because the TV's always on. It's always on sports, right?
Sure.
You know what I heard yesterday, Chill? I heard that this is Jimmy Butler's, mind you, Jimmy Butler went to the finals in 2020, and Jimmy Butler went to the finals in 2023.
Yes, he did.
The word amongst the people that aren't in this space is that this is Jimmy Butler's best chance to win a championship.
It might be, Ox.
Is it? Is that a fact?
It might be, Ox. When I look at this crew, and as good as that Miami Heat team is, we have to accept the fact that there are some guys who, my best guy was better than your best guy. Well, I don't have to worry about that in this particular situation because I got a number of different guys that do a number of different things that can help us win. This more times than not, when I talk about a playoff series, it's going to come down to my guy being better than your guy. The Golden State Warriors, they do so many different things. And the fact that he's got Curry, who is better than him. They got Draymond, who does so many other different things. And this band of characters that he has on his crew, this is way different. I know this might be a hot take, but I'd like to think that Draymond's a better defender than Bam. I think he affects the game on the defensive end more than what a young Bam did. And don't get me wrong, I felt like Bam was right there as one of the best, if not the best defensive player in the game. I don't think he affects the game like Draymond does on multiple levels, like Draymond does. So, with that being said, and to have the most, in your estimation, in the conversation, one of the most dangerous players in the world on your team, that means that now Jimmy Butler can just be Jimmy Butler. He didn't have that. He did not have that when he was in Miami, and he has that now with he had an elite coach, but with elite coaching, great bench, great rotation guys, a great system, and a great cast of characters. I think this may be his best shot at winning it this season right here. Yes, with what he has.
You know, Chill, because you brought up that Steph Curry. I wanted to just say real quick, Chill. We had got into and you know, and I don't want to. We don't got to get too deep into this, but I had said what I said about Jokic and Chris Webber, and that conversation led up to Jokic Shaq conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The very next day, I saw where they asked Shaq about him versus 2025 Jokic, right? And I was like, that's interesting. We were just talking about that. Then
not a coincidence,
we have a
couple. Not a coincidence, by the way.
I thought it was at first.
No.
And then Chill, we talk about Steph Curry is the most dangerous player we've ever seen, and we had a spirited debate about that too. And next thing I know, Marcus Morris is getting asked about how dangerous, who's the most dangerous, and he says Kawhi Leonard, right? So I you know, and I'm fine with that. Obviously, I'm cool with that. But it leads me to that, Chill. It leads me to this. Is Steph who we think I think he is, and you because you said about my best player being better than your best player thing. Mm-hmm. I think everybody thinks that SGA is better than Steph Curry at this point in their career.
Right.
But is it the danger level of Steph Curry that makes it to where, like, yeah, you might be better than Steph, but I still got Steph. And so with that, with us having that weapon in pocket and having the defense of Draymond Green, the all-around presence of Jimmy Buckets, some of the shooting that they got over there. Mm-hmm. Oh, is it crazy? Because I'm starting to lean that way. Because I mean, y'all know I love Jimmy Butler. Mm-hmm. I love Jimmy Butler. I can't help it.
What's the main reason why you dig him, Ox? The main reason why you dig. I already know the main reason why you dig him, but what's the main?
He's just a killer, Chill. He's just not with all the other extras, Chill. He's just here to kill, and that's it. He doesn't have to do the bink, tween, none of that. He plays defense. He's afraid. I've never seen him duck any fade ever, and I love Jimmy Butler. I'm starting to think, Chill, that we might, because I didn't see 2022 coming. I didn't see that coming, Chill. I was 100% from the beginning. I had the Celtics or the Heat winning that championship, 100% in 22. I didn't see Steph coming like this. I didn't know that he was going to do that in 22. Are we on the verge? Is this the cusp of another one of those? Are the Warriors the favorites to win the West?
I was literally watching them yesterday, watching Denver, and thinking to myself, can these dudes do it again? That's what I was getting that vibe. I bullshit you not, Ox. I was watching them, and I'm watching the ball movement. I know they're older, and I know how you feel about Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler is I'm going to bust your ass, and you ain't going to do nothing about it. That's who Jimmy Butler is, for all intents and purposes. I'm going to bust your ass, and you can't stop me. You ain't going to do nothing about it. And as hard as you try, you can try all the other antics. I'm going to bust your ass, and you ain't going to do nothing about it. I'm watching this team, and it looks to me like a unit coming together at the right time. That's what it looks like more than anything. Right. It looks like a unit coming together and all the pieces necessary. Now, they may have some holes. They may have some flaws. You got that big guy in Looney. You don't really have, and Post doesn't really post as much. Sure. Right. Yeah, Post doesn't post. Those are holes. However, as smart of a basketball team this is, and I'm watching them play Denver yesterday, the ball is moving. Joker's passing to Brown cutting. He's passing to MPJ. They don't have anybody else that can get it off the dribble. The Warriors don't have to worry about that. What I mean when I say they don't have to worry about somebody getting it off the dribble, Ox, they don't have to worry about that is because that system doesn't include that. It's It's pass, do something with it, 2-3 dribbles, get off of it. Keep the defense off balance. And that's what I'm watching them yesterday. Guys are getting open around the rim. The defense is shifting. Not only are guys getting open around the rim, they're wide open at the long ball line. They're wide open in the mid-range. They're causing turnovers on defense to speed up and speeding up their offense. I'm watching this Golden State team, and I'm thinking to myself, can they do it again? Because it's reminding me of what it looked like in years past. And I'm thinking, can these dudes do it again? Because if you play like this is where my logic of they're going to be they're going to be really, really difficult to bounce. If this is what I'm seeing, they're going to be hard to bounce, Ox. They're going to be hard to bounce.
I don't got a horse in the race these playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't got a horse in the race these playoffs. We're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I like a lot of teams, you know, but Jimmy's not on Miami no more, so I'm not really pulling for them like I have in the past. Obviously, I like the Celtics, but I don't have a horse in the race, chill. Sure. So I'm here for this excitement, and I want them to win it. You know, I know a lot of people think I'm a Warriors hater or whatever just because of that Game 7. Jim, look, I'm one of those guys where you get another guy on the team, and I'm right there with you. They got Jimmy Butler now. I can get behind him. As much as I dislike Draymond Green, I could get behind this Warriors team, chill. I could do it. I could do it, chill. I could get behind these guys.
It doesn't sound like it's going to take a lot of convincing from me. I don't know where it's coming from, Ox, but it doesn't sound like it's taking a lot of convincing. Like you can get on this train.
I love basketball. I'm here for this. You know what I'm saying? I can jump on this train. I could be a bandwagon Warriors fan for a couple weeks. I could do it. I could do it. Right? So with that being said, chill, I want to say this. Yep. If Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond could do this, it's going to dismantle a lot of things. It's going to shake a lot of things up. There's going to be a lot of conversations that a lot of people don't want to have. It's going to be a good summer. If Steph and Jimmy and Draymond could do this, I've already, chill, when you left for a second, that was the first thing Breezy said. If Steph wins, Bron, what does this say about Bron? How many people have won on Bron's watch? You know what I'm saying? If Jimmy comes with Steph and they get one, I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of narrative talk with KD. Yep. You know what I mean? There's going to be a whole lot. There's a lot that's going to be talked about. Chill, if they win this, what does this do for Steph Curry? 5 championships? Would this officially be the Curry era?
You could very well make that. You can make that argument that it could be the Curry era. Just because I'm a better player than you, that doesn't mean that these championships don't matter. And they 100%.
Wait, chill. Better than you?
I think James
Steph going to run like this, chill. Better than
I still think James is better than him. However, Ox, if he pulls this off, just so you know, Ox, that'd be 3 different teams he did it with. 3 different teams he did it with. And 3 different guys that he did it with. You factor in the longevity. Steph has been around since 2009, and we're in year 16. With us going into year 16, Steph has given me, with my criteria, Steph has given me a decade. That to start. When we're talking about being an all-time great, Steph has given me a decade, right? So with him giving me a decade of being awesome, I have to start to, and then we add in how awesome were you? Did you dominate? Did you win? Okay, did you win? How transcendent is your game? How did you affect society? We add all of that stuff in. I have to reconsider where I have him at as an all-time great. I have to do that.
I mean, he won it with when there was youngsters. He won it with that young squad with Harrison Barnes. No. Then he doubled back, won twice with KD in him. Mm-hmm. Then got it done with Andrew Wiggins in him. Now, if he can get it done with this team, chill, that's 4 different sets of teams.
I just think that I feel like with what he's doing and how he has transcended the game, how much he's affected other people in terms of his game. I think a different conversation would have to be had. I'm willing to sit down and listen to it. I am. I'm not one of these people that's right. There are people who I think it's going to be pretty difficult for me to put you past. But there are some people that like we got to start having a different conversation. Like if this happens, like I may have to start talking about you different than I do Bird. I may have to start talking about you different than I do Lajuan. And I don't think you better than Lajuan. I don't. And that Lajuan is a top 10 player all time to me. And it's very difficult.
Number 8 on my list.
Yeah, I got him number 9 on my list. It's very difficult for me to look past that. However, when I think about everything that Steph Curry has done, and for him to pull this off, especially at the age of 37, in the twilight of his career, for him to pull this off, and it's going to take a Herculean effort, Ox. This isn't Steph Curry just being good, because this Western Conference is a nightmare. We got some damn good teams in the Western Conference. So this isn't a situation where he's going to do it and it's going to be, you know, I was just good. No, it's going to take a Herculean effort in order for him to do it. I have to reconsider how I talk about him. I have to do
Yeah. So I want I would like for this to happen just based on the fact, like I said, I don't got a horse in the race. So it's cool with me. I don't really care who wins as long as it's some good basketball. And I think when I look at all the people, the teams that could really win, like realistically, and those teams have been so far this year have been Cleveland, Boston, OKC. Those are the 3 teams mostly people have been saying are the favorites to win.
Yep.
With this late season push by the Warriors, I think they're shaking it up a little bit, got people kind of paying attention. If the Warriors were to be the team to win, I think that would be the team. Because now I'm thinking about for the people in this space. I think if the Warriors win, that'll do the most for the offseason as far as, you know, just talks and having a good offseason, right? Chill. I would hate to knock Larry Bird out of my top 10, but it's gonna have to happen if Steph gets another one.
I don't know if he gets I don't know if he gets knocked out more than he gets moved down and Curry gets moved up. That has to be like we have to start having conversations like that. We do. And you know,
somebody gotta go.
Unfortunately, now there's guys that I feel like are stamped in there. They're like I can't ever see myself putting Curry ahead of Chamberlain. I just can't do it. I can't see myself the way Chamberlain changed the game, everything that Chamberlain did. I just can't see myself putting Curry ahead of Chamberlain or Russell. However, when we're talking about guys like Bird, we're talking about guys like Olajuwon, and I'm a big man merchant, as you know, Ox. I love the big guy. With that being said, we might have to have some different conversations. And it's not uncomfortable for me. I'm prepared for it. I 100% am prepared to do it. I am, Ox. I'm not one of these people that's stuck in the past. That's you could never be better than this guy. You can't be. No, I'm not sitting on that. Nah, absolutely not.
Right. Well, y'all, the Warriors are giving us good basketball, good conversation. Y'all keep watching, man. I'm telling y'all, this is the time. This is the time to get prepared. Y'all make sure y'all get your PTO ready. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some good games. Y'all gonna need to take some time off from work. Make sure y'all watching basketball. Okay. Make sure your couch is nice and prepared. Get your DoorDash together. You know what I'm saying? Get you some game snacks. I'm talking about wings, chips, soda, whatever y'all drink. Make sure you get a lot of water too. It's going down. Don't go nowhere. Don't miss a second. And in the meantime, we're gonna get to the lobby. Who do we got back here? We got Dante Goals. Let's see what Dante got to say about this.
What up,
Dante? What up?
What up, brother?
What's good, man?
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yep, you hot.
Okay, man.
Loud and clear.
The 2 people, man, I want to have one-on-ones in the future with the most, man. I be hitting them Mars, and I know, hey, I be getting on his nerves every time y'all have a. Well, Chill, his take don't necessarily be like it. Just be his LeBron standism, but he be speaking. Ox though, you be boy. I don't know if they just clip it a certain way, but I don't know if you be engaging like sand surfer engagement. But I'd be like, damn, Ox, that man consistently got bad takes. Consistently, like
I just consistently got bad takes. I'm not trolling, and I'm just getting clipped.
No, and see, this is the thing. I don't know your troll. I know when Mars is trolling. I don't be knowing you troll. Like the Jokic thing, the Shaq thing, whatever. When you said something, the Chris Webber thing, that might have been trolling because that was egregious. I'm
100% not troll. 100%. I meant every word.
I know you from Sac, and that's your people's, but like that's just crazy. I personally think I don't know why they picked 2001 Shaq. Like, let me just pick 2000 Shaq. We're gonna pick peak for peak.
But that's just me. But
You feel a certain way about a player where we can't talk you off that hill. We can't do it.
no,
No
no,
matter.
no. Hold up. You can. It's not necessarily talking to me about a hill. It's just the thing is this: I'll watch the game,
Yep.
and when I see certain debates, it's always they debating like, for example, the Jordan LeBron thing. They always try to bring up well this person that faced these people in the finals, and then they try to like downplay because they didn't grow up in that time or do the due diligence in the Western Conference. Like they'll say something like, "Oh, the Jazz." I'm like, y'all do know that the '61 Lakers was in the Western Conference and got swept, and they had valuable, great players with a Shaq leading, and still got swept by that Jazz team.
Smoked.
And you get what I'm saying? And like
Mhm.
I'm like, hold on, why y'all acting like? Then I don't think they understand. They may look at the records like, oh, they got the 64 win Sonics or whatever. They may, but I don't think they understand. Like okay, for one of them, like '97, there was a 6 seed that was 54 wins in the Eastern Conference. Like I don't think people understand that. Like
The East was
you
a
still
nightmare. The
you
Eastern
still need to
Conference
have
was a nightmare.
quality. You still need to have quality competition in the first 3 rounds.
Mhm.
These people, all they just jump to is, well, he played the Warriors, he played the Spurs, or this in one round. I said, look, if you mean to tell me that I got the most talent in my conference, I am the best player in the world, and I can get through the conference relatively easy, maybe a little resistance in the conference finals, just a little, but nobody really believes that we're going to lose because I got the talent advantage and I'm the best player in the world. So now my real comp comes in the final round. If I just beat this one tough round, I win the chip. And that's why he's probably been the underdog more times than the favorite because they like nigga, like he ain't really getting much resistance in the first couple rounds. I think that has to. I think like people need to start thinking of basketball a certain way when they debate these arguments. And I see a lot of just LeBron is great. I just see a lot of bias and stuff that I'm like, yeah, either not watching, not doing you doing your due diligence. And I watch these players. I'm sorry, I was on the back end. I'm a little like I may look young, but I'm older. I was on the back end MJ, so I caught all of Kobe. And my visual eyes from who just had the toughest rounds, toughest series. Like there's people don't even know there's a series where Mac was even playing. It was Ron Artest and Yao got hurt, and it went 7 games in the second round. The Lakers. I watched these things where I'm like, in my eyes, who beat the toughest round? I think Kobe's. That's who the best player I've seen. That's no disrespect to all around skill set of Bron or these. And this is just I've seen who faced what. I just think that a lot of people's career path changes and how the success of the career depend on what conference is. And no matter what, the Eastern Conference has been relatively weak since '99 and up. It's only been 2 years where an 8 seed went to the finals, '99 and 2023. That would now, guess what? It's been a lot of A seeds that beat 1 seeds. Like Tim Duncan lost as a 1 seed to an 8 seed. It's been like that, but you will never see an 8 seed come out that West Conference.
Just so you know, the 2 times that the NBA Finals has seen the 8 seed, he's come out the Eastern Conference. That's it.
Exactly. So I don't think people understand.
Which says a lot about the East, though.
Like, what's that? Miami, New York?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Miami and New York, which says a lot about the East.
Exactly. And so I'm just saying, like, I don't say that the East is weak, even just to downplay the years that Bron played. Even when he left, the East was weak. You had Kawhi come over there for 1 year as a top 5 player, whatever, for 1 year. And they were, well, Bron went, I don't care. For 1 year, he went on a solid team. And next thing you know, pew.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that whole Eastern Conference. I still got to get to the NBA championship. I still have to do that. So even if your conference is tougher, I still got to get through what I have to get through. It might be less difficult, sure, but I still got to win it. The Western Conference wasn't all of that in the 80s.
So I see what you're saying.
And the Lakers were still winning the NBA championship. They still was getting there and winning the NBA championship. So I'm not gonna discount the fact that the Eastern Conference was weak. We still got to win it though. We still got to get there.
My cousin said this. He said that these are still players and still teams that you still got to face, and they're still in the NBA. And I said, well, if you want to make that case and that statement, then I don't want you downplaying the 2007 roster, and I don't want you downplaying the 2018 roster because these still players that still want to. For example, in the 2018 finals, Kevin Love still hit 19 and 11. Like I don't. When you say that, hey, look, you still got to get through. You got to play who you play. Look, these players, although yes, they may not have been the most talented that Bron took to the promised land, to the finals. You can't have it both ways. That's my opinion. You just can't have it both ways. You can't be like, well, this team they play with, the team stunk on the roster wise. But then if I say, oh, well, the Eastern Conference, Bron and this 07 run played 240-win teams, then played a Pistons team with no Ben Wallace and Tillman McDyess. No disrespect, Antonio, but it's just a different dynamic. And then you say, well, he went to the finals, and it was crazy when you look at the 07 finals.
Dante, I gotta stop. I gotta stop you right there, Dante, just because we do got a full lobby. And on top of that, Dante, I thought you had some ruckus. We'll be back on Thursday for you, brother.
So look,
or next
week. I work Monday through Friday, long shift. But look, next Saturday, I got you. Saturday. I kind of sidetracked, but look, we gonna
no. What happened with Dante was we started talking about basketball and he got sidetracked.
Right,
that's
just real.
But no,
that's fine.
When you start talking basketball, your focus,
and
I forget that I'm supposed to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Remind me to whoop your ass.
This is my second time I was doing this, or third time, because I remember one time I put up in the Thursday, and I forgot because it be so long. But I be forgetting my energy.
What did Wesley Snipes say in Money Train? Hey, remind me to knock you out when we done with this. Don't forget to remind me to knock your ass out after we're done with this. Because I'm gonna get sidetracked.
It's all good, Doctor. We will be right back here, so y'all know where to catch us.
I'll see y'all next Saturday, man. Y'all keep doing your thing and bless
Absolutely,
you,
brother.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
All right, Doctor. One time that's what's up. I mean, I prefer it that way. You know what I'm saying? I know you had some ruckus, but we talking ball, and that's fine. We could always get to that some other time. I remember my first encounter with Dante, I believe, it was actually funny because he was on Open Gym. And I was just so happy. I was at the sandwich shop with my sons, and I was watching, and he said something about a take I made. And I was like, you know what? Let me pop on Open Gym. And Damo pulled me up, and we ended up talking ball. We didn't even get to really talk about that. So that's cool. That's real cool.
What happens, me?
Yeah, that's real cool. Let me see. We got a couple super chats we're gonna get to real fast. Before we get back to the lobby, y'all hold on tight for me. Kendrick Starr says Steph already top 5. He got 3 rings on your number 2. 3 rings on 3 rings on LeBron.
No, I don't know what that. Oh yeah, well, I
got to be right because he got beat Bron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know why that was, and I mean, if we doing the rings thing, let's just remember that if we're doing the rings thing, we got to put Bill Russell ahead of him. We have to. I have to, because for a guy to go to the NBA Finals 12 times in 13 years and only lose 1 time, I mean, we got to completely leave all of that other stuff out. Because if that's what we're talking about, then that's it.
Right. From where you at, Will says, "Oh, gee, you can't say that. UConn been good all year. UConn will be the champs."
And they lost to USC. USC came into Connecticut and beat them. 100% they did. They went to stores and beat them. I'm sorry, not stores. It was in Hartford. They beat them. So as good as UConn has been, USC came to Hartford and beat them. That's why I was so upset with what happened to what happened to Juju, because I just think they could have beat them.
Sure enough did do that. They went out there and got them girls.
Yes, they did.
The final boss says, "Happy birthday to the final boss. Happy 48th. Shout out to you, final boss. Happy birthday, brother." Mr. Referee, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's kryptonite is Jimmy and shit, that's a fact. Jimmy and Curry. I hope that's the finals matchup. Chill, is Tatum ready?
You mean the NBA champion Jason Tatum? You mean first team All Pro for the 4th straight year Jason Tatum? You mean MVP candidate Jason Tatum? This ain't the same Jason Tatum in the words of Ox, with the dollar sign eyes 3 years ago. This ain't that same dude. No, this is a different dude. This is very much like what I saw in 2016, 2017, when I saw KD going up against LeBron James in the finals. I saw a different dude standing in front of him, telling James, the dude you seen in 2012, this ain't that same dude. It's a different dude. So absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, that's a fact. Jason Tatum has come a long way, but chill. That's a fair super chat.
Oh, 100%.
Those are a fair super chat. Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry have been the 2 guys I think that have disrupted Jason Tatum the most. I do believe that. In the meantime, y'all, real quick before we get back to the lobby, I want to remind y'all that tomorrow, the best debate league, not on the internet, but in the world, reaches the Elite 8. tomorrow, Sunday, April 6th. We'll kick it off at 5 p.m. Eastern, Big Ox versus Jordan. Right after that, Mars and John D. Right after that, Hayes versus Real Talk. In the close up the night, we got your very own Chilltown Hoops versus Logan of Nerd Sesh. These are going to be 4 great debates, and I advise you to set your alarms, set your notifications, do whatever you have to do to remind yourself to not miss that live. I'm talking about put Post-it notes on your refrigerator, Post-it notes on your TV, Post-it notes on your microwave, Post-it notes on everything. Do not miss PCL March Madness Elite 8, the best debate league in the world. We got some of the best debaters going at it. Don't miss it. It's going to be great.
Mhm.
And then after you do that, you know what y'all should do? Tap into Mars Talk Sports, 7 p.m. Eastern, right after the PCL. Don't want to miss that. They're talking big. They're talking real hoop over there, y'all.
Mhm.
Tap in.
Mhm.
Tap in. It's just hoop all day, every day. You do not want to miss it. Okay. Who's next? We got 2 cents. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
brother?
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
Mhm.
I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start with that Warriors in Denver last night. See, I already recognized the play. It started over 10 years ago. I'm just trying to let the world know about that Joker. Years ago, man, they would have played Joker off the court like they did with Shaq and Yao Ming, the Oster Tags and the Tyler Hansborough. The coaches would have played them off the court. These guys are Hall of Famers, but Joker, just not knock him. This guy is highly skilled, but coaches would have figured out a way to play him off the court. And I was happy to see the Warriors do what you're supposed to do. Get a big man to match his production. You're not going to stop him. You're not going to stop his production, but you got to get someone to match what he's going to do. And you'll beat him every time. You'll beat him every time. But I already knew what they were going to do. The guys that they took out the league, like a Dwight Howard, or people that could actually stop him. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee's, and Kwame Brown, the guys that can't shoot, you know, how they can stretch you and stuff. These guys, they won't even draft you anymore without being able to shoot the basketball. They won't draft you anymore. They'll make us
how we playing Joker off the floor is my question to you. So in 1995, how are they playing Joker off the floor? In 2000, let's say 5, how are the Detroit Pistons playing Joker off the floor? What are the Spurs doing to play Joker off the floor?
I tell you real easy. You have to get a guy that can get close to matching his production on the floor. Just like you remember back when Shaq is the only guy that I can remember that they had to change the rules and change the rules.
Right.
Matter of fact, you remember how Ben Wallace, this was kind of embarrassing. People talk junk about it. Ben Wallace actually, I ain't gonna say locked him up, but he D'd up and kind of like you couldn't play Shaq. You remember that? And Yao Ming, they too slow. They slew-footed. They can't run them. You can play them, but they can't get down. As soon as the ball come out the net, guess what? I'm passing it. Watch when the Warriors score. And Mike D'Antoni made it famous with the Phoenix Suns. They would get the ball out the net, and they was the fastest scoring team in every. This is what you do to neutralize a big guy. He becomes ineffective because guess what? On defense, he can't get down to the paint to stop you from scoring a layup.
Well,
That's how you get up.
But none of those guys are. Well, number one, since you just told me that the way we play them off the floor is by
speed.
We can't. The speed doesn't work because we just saw him against Anthony Davis match him. In fact, he was beating Anthony Davis up and down the floor 2 years ago when they beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Championship. So the transition logic doesn't work. So we can't do that.
No, you said Anthony Davis. You said Anthony Davis.
They're one of the best transition bigs in the game. Yes, sir.
No, sir.
There's no way that you can deny that Anthony Davis is not one of the best transition bigs in the game. There's no way you can deny that. On top of him being one of the best transition bigs in the game, Bam Adebayo being one of the most athletic bigs in the game, he's getting up and down the floor. Joker's beating him up and down the floor. So you can't use the transition logic On top of using the transition logic, you can't use the idea of us being able to neutralize him on the glass, because I clean glass just like David Robinson. I clean glass just like Olajuwon. I clean glass just like Shaq. I clean glass just like Patrick Ewing. I do everything that those guys do. There's no way you can play him off the floor with the skill set that he has, because none of those guys have that skill set. It's going to be almost impossible.
Check this out, Chill. Hey, check this out. With Joker is the exception to the rule because he's a 7-footer. But he has stamina with his slowness. Like someone like AD. You know why people didn't like AD? Because he didn't have a motor to get up and down. He's just lazy. He has the ability, like a Rasheed Wallace and all these guys are talented, but they just don't. It's like he don't care. He cares, but he don't care. He just do it when he want to. He don't have the motor, but Joker is a guy that can get his butt down the court with his slow butt, but he has stamina. I don't know where he get it from, but he's not no Oster tag. He's not an Oster tag. That's what makes Joker. He is a different beast, man. You know he is. He can get his butt down the court.
That's why he's not getting played off the floor. For that reason,
that's what I'm saying. But you have to figure out a way to get him off the court. They haven't figured it out.
There is none. There is no way to get him off the court because everything that I do is almost unmatched. You get on the glass, I get on the glass. You play on the block, I also play on the block. You're a great passer on the box, I'm one of the best ever to do it. I'm one of the best ever to do it. Now,
production. Match is production, but you got to go fast. Yeah, match is production, but you got to go fast, like the Warriors did.
We got to get moving, brother. We got to get moving, brother. But good luck with that, though. Yeah. But we got to get moving.
Yeah, that's why they lost last night. That's why they lost last night. Same way.
Talk to you, man. You know where to find me at.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Hey, Chill, real quick. I hear that. I hear people say that a lot, right? But I don't really know what it means. What does it mean to be slew-footed? Like that's just means you're slow-footed or what?
Just so we clear, LeBron James is slew-footed. If you look at LeBron James, his feet are like this.
Like that.
Yeah,
I'm slew-footed.
Yeah, LeBron James is slew-footed. So that doesn't mean
the time I've been slew-footed, I ain't even know it.
Yeah, LeBron James is slew-footed. So I mean,
but I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know. See, I don't know if all y'all know. I think I made myself slew-footed. Chill. I spent a lot of my preteens and younger adolescents trying not to crease my forces. So I used to walk like this.
I don't want to screw up my style, yo. Chill out, man.
Oh man. Okay. All right, let me get it together.
Yeah.
Who? All right, who we got next? Oh, my main man, straight from Brooklyn. What's up, Leaf Diggy? Leaf, what's wrong, brother? It's a beautiful Saturday.
What up?
Get excited. Listen. See, you got to get excited about your life.
It's raining, damn it. I'm stuck in the rain.
You scared of water? You don't take showers?
I ain't scared of water, man. Mind your listen.
What's on your mind, Leaf Diggy? What's on your mind, Leaf Diggy? What's on your mind, brother?
Go ahead, bro.
What's on your mind, brother?
All right, listen. Listen. Here's what I know. I know what I said a couple of weeks ago about Steph Curry putting on the cape. I know what I told you, Chill. I remember because I remember where I was here when I said it. And you was like, yo, all right, Steph Curry gonna put on the cape again. I'm like, yeah, listen, it might happen.
You asking a lot. You asking a lot.
Am I really? Because listen, the one thing that we know about the Warriors, if the defense is there, the bench is there, and the others is there, and all Steph Curry got to do is run around screens and shoot in the fourth quarter, like that's putting on the cape for him. I mean, come on, like let's be honest about it. But I know that it's I know me and you both have teams that we want all of us have teams that we would like to win it, and I need Bobby to be 100% real about who he don't want it to win it, bro, because I already know who I want to win it all. The Warriors is not that team. I don't need them. I don't need them. No, I don't need. Just like you don't want Denver winning, Chill. I don't need the Warriors winning because I don't want to hear these.
I actually don't mind Denver winning. I want to have that conversation. I want to have that big man conversation. Yes, I do.
Chill Town.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on camera said you do not want Jokic winning another title at all.
I don't ever remember hearing me saying that. And if I
Well,
said that, I'm retracting that statement right here. I would love to have that conversation if he wanted again. Would
Well,
love
I know
to.
I know who you really want to win, bro. But I don't need the Warriors winning at all because I don't need this. I don't need the Curry minions and all of these the light skin coalition coming out of nowhere talking about Curry is top
You the
5.
one
And
who started it, Leaf. I don't want to hear your shit, Leaf. You the one who started this. You're the one who
Did I?
started the light skin hate. Yes. Every time I talk to you, you can't stand the light skin dude. These light skin dudes got to get up out of here. These light skin dudes got to go. I'm sick of the 2000s. I'm sick of the 2010s. These light skin dudes got to go. Don't sit there and say that you haven't, Leaf, because you 100% have. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But at the same time, if I had to say the team that I want to win, it'd have to be the Cavs. I think if Cleveland could pull this off, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. If Cleveland could pull this off, I'm gonna start.
Leaf, why you want to see Cleveland do it? Is it
Well,
a certain is it a certain light skinned dude up in Boston that you got a problem with?
I'm not worried about him.
Here we go with the bullshit. See,
I'm
here
not
we
worried
go
about
with
him.
the bullshit.
I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about him. I'm
The
not
light
worried
skin
about him.
coalition, B.
But really, everything that I said about the Warriors a couple of weeks ago, this is what I was talking about. Last night's game was the last couple of games, I guess you could say, was what I was trying to tell you about weeks ago. Chill. I'm like, yo, now that you basically Pat Riley basically gave Steph Curry a lifeline to the damn play because that team was dead in the water before that Jimmy Butler
They
trade.
were over.
They were dead in the water before that Jimmy Butler trade. I was looking for them to be buried and deep down 8, 10, 15 feet under
There was
for
like two
good.
games. There was like 2 games out of the 11th spot. 2 games.
I was looking for
They were
them to
holding
be
on to their play-in
deep
line.
down in the shitter.
They
But
were
what
over.
does Pat Riley do? He gives them a lifeline, and this is what happens.
Hmm.
And
Well,
this is
Leaf,
the problem.
I don't know, man.
Take this.
I don't know, Leaf. It's going to be up to one of these Western Conference teams to take care of business.
And before I go,
Uh-huh.
what qualifies as a draft bust?
What qualifies as a draft bust?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on your interpretation. If you got to play, you have to play long in order to not be a draft bust for me.
Can I give
That's
you
what
some
I think.
names? You just say if they're a draft bust or not. Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
That's the kid from Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yes.
Draft bust. Okay. Todd Day.
Yes. Todd only played like 4 or 5 years.
Eric Montross.
No. Montrose played like 11, 12 years.
He did play like 11, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Hurley.
He's a what if.
So what if? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I got an Jahlil Okafor.
Yes. Draft bust.
Draft bust?
Yeah. Just so you know, he's the first player in ACC history to be a freshman, average 20 and 10. The first one.
I thought he was cold. I thought he was cold.
First player in ACC
I thought he was cold. Yo,
you
Bobby,
look at his game and you think that it's going to translate to the pros. There's no reason why that game
I
shouldn't.
thought he was in the last 10 years. I thought he might have been one of the best players I've seen out of the post in the last that ever came out in the last 10 years.
We got to keep moving, though, Leaf. Good to talk to you, brother.
Leaf.
All right, later.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time, Leaf.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jahlil Okafor was so good.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
Man, so good.
He was.
Okay, let's see real quick. I know we got. Oh, okay. Mr. Referee says, Ox, did you play college ball? Any highlights? Yeah, Mr. Referee, I did play a little college ball. I played JUCO ball. You know, situation didn't really work out at the next level D1, but I got a little tape. I don't got no highlights, but I could put that together. I've been dropping little clips and stuff on my Twitter recently. Just little clips, nothing too magic. Go check it out, man. Who we got next? We got my man Classic. What's up, Classic?
What up?
Yo, what up, guys?
What up?
Yeah, I had put my the button on mute when I tried to come up here Thursday, but yeah, with Steph Curry, I don't think the Warriors are going to win the championship at all. But if they do win, yeah, Steph Curry, I would definitely put him over LeBron. For one, I think Steph should have won 3 consecutive MVPs in 15, 16, and 17. But they had to give it to Westbrook because they didn't respect Kevin Durant going over there. But I don't think that should have affected what Steph Curry did. The Warriors had the best record in the league when Steph Curry was playing. So if he wins another chip, man, I think he's the best player of this generation.
Good luck.
I don't really think it's a debate.
Why would another championship why would another championship prove that? Because it sounded to me like you already feel like that about him. It's just getting
it's
getting confirmed if he wins another championship.
It's not it's nothing being confirmed because how I feel about winning. I don't think it's easy to win.
Right.
So he hasn't done it yet, and I don't think he's going to do it. But if he does it, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Like I feel like sometimes, and that's why I was sending the super chat this week when people was praising Jokic with that 60-point win. And I was like, well, let's just go ahead and change the rules. Let's just say whoever best player plays the best, that's who wins the game. Because it's like we don't care about winning no more. If Steph Curry was to win a championship, this would be 5, right?
Correct.
So LeBron doesn't have 5. It would be he would be in another category.
So
and
what would
LeBron
happen
is great,
so
and
what
he
would happen
definitely
if
has the longevity. But I think you could argue that Steph Curry has a greater impact on winning than LeBron.
So what would happen if James won it again?
If James is winning, then I think he would. For me, see, that would put him at 5 too. I don't know who I would put him above. Because he's already pretty high now.
But you'll put Curry ahead of him.
Right. I mean, if LeBron wins, then yeah, he'll be over Curry because of his accomplishments as well.
You don't think he's over Curry now, though?
No, I do think he's over Curry now.
So he's already over Curry, and if he were to win another one, which would put him at 5,
him further above Curry.
So he would clear Curry.
But I think LeBron and Curry are pretty close right now.
Interesting. Because of the championships. All right.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's fair, depending on how you gauge or how you rank players. I can see where you're coming from, Classic. I think most people still have Bron over Curry, and even if Curry wins, I think most people will continue to have Bron over Curry. And I think that's also fair, depending on how they look at basketball. I have LeBron over Curry, and if Steph wins,
I have him over.
I'll still have Bron over
too.
Curry.
But like for me, I have somebody like I have Tim Duncan and Kobe over LeBron. So if LeBron was to win another championship, I think that now I would have to figure out, okay, who do I have above? Who do I have first between Tim Duncan, Kobe, and LeBron? And I would have to look at their whole career, and I'd have to determine, okay, who do I think had a greater impact on winning, and who do I think was more dominant? But right now, I don't consider LeBron in that category because I don't think he impacted winning as much as a Tim Duncan or Kobe.
Right.
Why you shaking your head like that, Chill?
That shit is ridiculous. Classic. The dude was in the NBA championship 9 times in 10 years.
Right.
Chill, and he was the best player on every one of those teams.
I would
say that.
I would consider that whenever I would be comparing Kobe and LeBron.
Yo.
But how's it bullshit? Chill. Look, Kobe won 3 straight championships, and then he won back-to-back. That's dominance.
Come on, man. There's a generation of kids that don't know the NBA Finals without James. From 3rd grade to college. That don't know the NBA Finals without him.
Generation of kids that don't know the championship without Kobe.
And Shaq.
But what's the problem with him playing with
Diesel?
That's part of it.
I actually think that's more impressive that he was able to win with Shaq and be dominant.
That shit is crazy to me.
What?
Impacted winning.
I think Kobe being able
He's got the most wins in NBA history in the playoffs.
I think that's more
no
impressive
player in NBA history has more wins in the playoffs.
Wait, Classic.
From another
Hold on, real quick, Classic, because I don't think Chill heard what you just said about that. I'm curious to get his take on that. Please repeat that, Classic.
I said I think Kobe winning a championship with Shaq is more impressive because that shows that he can play with other great players. Sometimes superstars don't fit great with each other. So I think, and Shaq is a player that needs the ball. So for Kobe to still be able to put up the stats that he did and be able to win with Shaq, I think that's impressive to me. I don't think anybody could have just won with Shaq.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Sure. And just so you know, and I'm glad you brought that up. So I can counter that by saying I don't know anybody who could have won the NBA championship with 2 dudes, not one of them, 2 dudes who not only never been to the finals, never been to the playoffs. I take these dudes to the NBA championship and we win it against the best regular season team in NBA history. Kevin Love, before he gets with James, 0 trips to the playoffs. Kyrie Irving, before he gets with James, 0 trips to the playoffs. I take these dudes to the NBA championship and we win it.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, why didn't they win it the first year he got with Wade? That was supposed to be a super team.
But he did win it with Wade, though.
But
That's the difference.
He did the next year.
But he did win it, though.
It's not
That's the
just
difference.
easy to win
You
with
can't
great
use
players.
that, Classic. He did win it, though. And he won it twice. He didn't win it once. He won it twice with those guys.
Right, and I'm
That
not trying to
happened.
take away from LeBron, but I'm saying I'm more impressed with Kobe winning with Shaq because he three-peated with Shaq, and then he went back to 3 more championships back to back with Pau Gasol. So I think Kobe that means something to me because that shows me no matter who I put you with, you're going to win. So I'm not.
That doesn't mean that. That does not mean that. But we good. I got you, Classic. I understand.
All right, Classic.
All right, now you
Appreciate you, brother. Next time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I too much like those points that you and Classic made, Chill, about it being harder to win with a guy like that. I don't agree with that at all. I think if you play with Shaquille O'Neal, especially that version of Shaquille O'Neal, it's there's no hindrance. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you extra credit because you won with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna knock you from winning with Shaq. Also, Chill, are you aware that we have a new 3-point kings this year? Are y'all aware that the Boston Celtics this year have made the most 3-pointers in a season? Season's not over yet, so this number will continue to climb. So far, they've made 1,364. That's 1,364 threes in a season. Mind you, last year they made 1,351, which is good enough for the 3rd spot. Number 2 is the 2023 Golden State Warriors. They are shooting the ball, Chill.
Fox, did you know, really quick, a quick side note, that Golden State Warrior team in 2016, that was arguably the greatest offense in NBA history, they're in last place this year. If they played in this era, they're at the bottom of the league. I know that sounds ridiculous. Yes, with what they were doing. Fast forward to 2025, they're at the bottom of the league.
That can't be right, Chill.
I know that shit is nuts.
Chill. If anybody, Chill, I respect your brain as a basketball encyclopedia. I'm not calling you a liar, Chill. I would never do that, but that's just not true.
Ox, when I saw that shit, I'm
not accepting.
I had to clean my glasses off. I had to wait a minute. You know when you're doing a problem and you go back and you're like, wait a minute, did I get that right? Is that wrong? No. Okay, wait a minute. That can't be right. I went back and looked at that shit. Yes, statistically, Ox, they are at the bottom of the league this year.
Yeah, no way, Chill. I can't accept that. I can't accept that.
I'm not even.
You know what, Chill? I'm going to be completely ignorant on this point, and I'm going to refuse to do the research because I don't want to know.
That's how much the game has changed. It's nuts.
Well, I mean, and when people say change, Chill, I think a lot of times people take it as a negative or positive, and I don't necessarily think it's either way. I think it's just simply just the fact. What does that say about the game, though? Are we looking at a new game of basketball? Like, imagine this, just for a second. If you play this game of basketball right now, right, and then let's take it back years back, I don't know, whatever, right? And then you play those two, and you put the same person, watch this, watch that. Would they say it's the same game, or are we playing a whole game?
We're playing a whole different game, a completely different game. How much space there is, the amount of long balls you have to shoot, how you have to cover at the long ball line, how you have to cover at the rim, how do you have to cover in transition, how do you play in transition, how the big man operates, like how Al Jefferson operates then to how the big man operates today. Way different. The action is different. The game is completely different. Way different. Way different.
Okay. Well, we just had a guy come up and convince us that Steph Curry's pretty much already past Bron, and he's just this close to making that leap. I'm gonna bring somebody up that I think might have a different take.
What's up, Jay?
Peace, Ox. Peace, Chill. What's good, brothers?
What's up, brother?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. So the Steph Glaze is in full effect. That's what we doing.
You know what it? Are the zest? Is it zesty season? Is that what we are?
Oh, the zesty season is all year round, bro. They don't quit. 365, 24/7. I don't know. listen, when the Lakers was hot and they were doing good, everybody said, "Oh, just wait till they figure them out. Somebody's gonna figure them out." So that's not gonna happen with the Warriors, right? Nobody's gonna figure out the Warriors. It's just Stephen Curry's
Nope.
greatness. That's it.
Nope. They just gonna keep rolling.
They're just gonna keep rolling, right?
It's gonna keep rolling. Mm-mm.
Oh, but they're definitely making the playoffs interesting because whenever you got LeBron and Curry as title contenders, oh, the playoffs are going to be exciting. Everybody's going to be watching, paying attention.
Mhm.
So how many more games do the Warriors got left? I know the Lakers got 5.
Six.
They
Mhm.
looked good last night. They looked good last night. They
It looked
really
damn
did.
good last night. Mm-hmm.
They looked good last night. But I still don't think Curry got it in him. We heard Draymond saying how tired he was yesterday. So
Mm.
you know, but Chill, let me ask you a question, Chill. When we get to the playoffs, do things slow down because of defense, or is it just going to be the guys still playing the same way they've been playing throughout the season? I just want to make sure I know what's going to happen when the playoffs come around.
Well, the defense definitely slows the game down. 100%. No,
Okay,
yes.
defense will be slowing down the game, right? So we're going to be seeing a different brand of basketball come playoff time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great, man. That's going to be great. But it's still parade on Crenshaw. Ain't nobody stopping AR, LeBron, and Luka. I don't see nobody finding any strategy for that.
Mm-hmm.
And once they get it rolling, it's over for the NBA. That's just it, man. The 7-game series, I don't see nobody beating them, bro. I really don't.
It's going to be interesting, Jay. It is. It's going to be interesting. That's really all I got to say about that. It's going to be real interesting. So,
and you know what? Because you made a really good point right there. The fact that Bron and Steph can both be looked at as contenders right now, and how good that is for the league.
great.
I think that game the other night when they battled it out and the ultimately the Warriors ended up winning. I think that was really good as a precursor too. You know what I'm saying, for the playoffs. I think it got everybody excited and reminded people that although these guys, one is 40 and one's 37 now, up in age, that they still got it. That they're still.
I do want to see that playoff series, Ox. I do.
there.
I want to see that. I want to see that playoff series. I do.
But let's not forget all the other players and all the other teams. You got Atlanta and the Knicks playing today. That could be a precursor to the playoffs, right? You got OKC and LA playing tomorrow. That could be another precursor. There's so many narratives and stories we're gonna have. I told Chill this before. This is probably gonna be the greatest April we've had in basketball in years, my friend. In years. That we're gonna be like, there's gonna be so many great games going down to the wire, so many great playoff performances. Oh, I cannot wait.
Yes.
So that's gonna even be better. I got the Heat and the Lakers, Stephen Curry, Joker, all the Zesty Jeffrey favorites are gonna be there. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Go James. Much fun, brother.
That's fire.
Fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know where to find you at, Jay.
Peace, brother.
All right, brother.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let me see. Let me get to a couple of these super chats. Which one's first? This one. Okay. So Average Joe tapped in with a super chat. He says, man, regular season scoring is different. Check the scoring in the finals, minus like 3 to 5 years. For the most part, scoring has been the same.
Check the finals, minus 3 to 5 years. For the most part, scoring has been the same. I don't know about that. I'd like to think that, teams like Oklahoma City, the Celtics just broke the record for threes. So, no, it hasn't been. I mean, they're shooting more threes. They're scoring more. So, no, it has not been the same. Now, the way you score may be the same, but production is definitely up. Definitely up.
Okay. Average Joe sent another super chat. Said from 2000 to now, the scoring been pretty much the same in the finals, despite all this extra shooting.
The scoring has been the same in every final, despite the extra shooting. No, the hell it hasn't. In 2004, the Detroit Pistons held the Lakers under 90, 4 to 5 games that they played them. That's not true at all. No, it has not been the same. No way, it has not. Hell no.
Beat them boys in 5.
Yeah, smoke
them. I'm telling
held them under 71 game. Held them under 71 one of those games. Hell no, that's not going on.
I just want to say, and I'm not calling anybody out in the chat. I'm sure y'all are all hoop knowers. But if by chance y'all didn't know about that 2004 Detroit Pistons teams, man, do your best to go check them out. That was different.
Yes, they were.
And I'm not trying to knock this OKC Thunder defense because it is amazing. As a matter of fact, I was discrediting their defense. I'm all on board now. I've seen enough. I'm supporting that defense. But go back and watch that 2004 Detroit Pistons team. That was a sight to behold, That was definitely great. Chill. Speaking of Detroit, Carmelo Anthony says the league needs beef stew.
We need villains,
Is that-
Ox. Yes. We need villains.
Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. We need villains, man. As much as we love Steph Curry, as much as we love Jason Tatum, as much as we love Donovan Mitchell, we need villains. We need guys with edge. Not necessarily dirty, but with edge. With edge to the point where we want somebody to knock their block off. And when they come back and they fight back, we need somebody to fight back against them. That's why we need villains. Villains are necessary. 100% they are.
Right. Well, shout out to the villains. Shout out to the good guys. Shout out to basketball, y'all. Shout out to basketball. It is about that time. Y'all just stay patient. But like I said, get ready. Get prepared. The playoffs are upon us. There's no more running, no more ducking. Whether your favorite team is in it or not, it's going to be some great basketball. I think that was a great point from Johnny. I think this April in particular is going to be one of the best Aprils we've had in basketball. Y'all be sure to watch it. But it's that time.
Yes, it is.
We have to go. And as a matter of fact, we beat Claire today. Claire didn't even have to text me. I'm getting out of here before she has to. Take an initiative.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing on my phone. So I think we good right now. Yes, sir. I think we good.
Right.
But we do have to bounce. It's good to see you guys. Y'all know where to find us. We have now moved to Thursday, so you can find us twice a week. Thursday at 4 o'clock, on Saturday at 12 o'clock. You know where to find us. We will be here. Until then, put on a suit, drink water. Don't drink and drive. If you ever in the Portland area, hit up my man. He'll come take care of you if you had too much to drink. He got you. On top of that, we will see you guys soon. Until then, take it light. But take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys today. No doubt about it.
Make sure y'all be here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Do not miss it. It's the best debate league in the world. Some of the best ball knowers around. Don't miss it, y'all. Get there. Don't be late. You'll see me and Chill debating tomorrow in the PCL. Let's get there to support. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't leave yet. Hold on, Claire. Bear with me. Average Joe sent another super chat. Celtics broke the record last year for threes in the finals. How many points they average? 101 to Dallas 99. Compare that to 2000, 2001, 2002. It's the same.
I will go compare Average Joe. Yeah, I'll go do my homework next time I talk to you. I'll see what I find out.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Y'all know where to find us. Not only tomorrow on the PCL, but we will be on the panel on Monday.
Yes,
in
sir.
the meantime, man, y'all love yourself, drink some water, and never, ever drink and drive. We'll catch y'all on Thursday.
Later.
Peace.
Absolutely. Later.